Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel, and it is draft day eve. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys will be on the clock tomorrow as the 2023 NFL Draft kicks off, and I am super excited, as many of you guys probably are as well, because of the fact that we finally don't have to wait any longer. We'll know who will be a Dallas Cowboy by the end of this 3-day process, and then we'll be talking about the players they picked, how they fit with the team, and where this team stands as we move into the lull period before training camp. So I'm really excited about that. Before we dive fully into it, if you guys can hit the like button to show your support, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you are new or returning, I highly recommend you subscribe and hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on new content as it comes out. And another side note, I will be going live for my reaction to the 2023 NFL Draft first round. We're just going to do the first round this go around. I will be online with the Pick 6 Sports group over there, so I'll be live on this channel, and they'll be broadcasting it as well, so please go subscribe up to them, and I'll be live here as we all react as one big happy family and pray to God that the Cowboys don't mess it up, which I don't think they will. Let's just be completely honest here, because the track record shows that they have not had a propensity to mess up in the first round of the NFL draft. In fact, if you actually look at the history of the Dallas Cowboys in the first round of the draft, they have done very well for themselves to the point to where they're basically in a league of their own with their own success. Let's take a look at recent history to show you how well they've been drafting. 2010, Dez Bryant, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. Tyron Smith, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. Morris Claiborne, they traded up for him. He did play his full rookie contract, but he did not live up to the hype of what he was supposed to be coming into the league, but he did show some flashes. Travis Frederick, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. In fact, the Cowboys traded down. At the end of the first round, they took him, and it sucks that he had to retire early, but this dude was a Hall of Famer in the making if he didn't have to retire early. And then you look at Zach Martin, Pro Bowler, All-Pro, arguably one of the top guards of all time. When you have a guy that has more All-Pro and Pro Bowl nods than holding calls, that is some legendary stuff right there. You also look at Byron Jones, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. Unfortunately, with what he did in Miami, it really kind of pushes down what he did here in Dallas, but injuries suck. But he did very well when he got played at the correct position instead of frickin' safety. Again, looking at you, Rod Marinelli. But moving on, Ezekiel Elliott, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. Then you go to Taco Charlton. Really one of the bigger duds out of this list compared to Morris Claiborne, because Taco didn't even play his full rookie contract. And he didn't really show flashes compared to Morris. So then you go to Leighton Vander Esch, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. Now, is he at that level? Not really anymore, but he's been a very good contributor to you during this whole process of him being with the team. CeeDee Lamb, Pro Bowler, and All-Pro now. Micah Parsons, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. And then Tyler Smith, he's still kind of getting into his own. Maybe he will eventually be a Pro Bowler and an All-Pro based off of what we saw. And when you look at this list, you can look at it and be like, hey, you got Hall of Famers in Tyron Smith. You can argue Travis Frederick, but I would say no because of the time he played. Zach Martin. And, you know, Zeke Elliott, if he didn't slow down, you can make the argument, and we'll see what happens with Zeke. And then you have Micah Parsons possibly, and I know that's very early, and CeeDee Lamb is early too, but it really goes to show you that the Cowboys have drafted so well, it is more likely that they will draft a Pro Bowler and All-Pro type of player than drafting a dud. Like, that is unbelievable draft success, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys repeat their success this year. Look, the Cowboys pick at 26, and I understand that a lot of us are very concerned, I guess. I don't know if that's the word I would like to use. I think we're just excited because we don't know what the pick's going to be, and will that pick be well for the Cowboys? And odds are it will be. You know, if we're going off of history, then I kind of have to go for certainty that I'm going to trust what they do in this draft. You know, Tyler Smith, one of those guys where the Cowboys are like, what, everyone's like, what the hell? Why are they picking this guy? And we got proven wrong. So I'm going to sit back and relax and see what the Cowboys do. If they move up or down for a player, I'm going to trust that they take the right player. So with that being said, well, what kind of positions could they be looking at in this draft as we enter the final stretch? Well, offensive line is definitely on the table for left guard or even right tackle, depending on how you feel about Terrence Steele. Then you look at cornerback long term. You could need another cornerback because Stephon Gilmore is probably going to be here for a year and then he'll be gone unless the Cowboys re-sign him on the cheap or for a decent deal. Edge rusher, you can't go wrong with more pass rushers or even defensive ends because at the end of the day, you have contracts expiring there as well. And the Cowboys want to have a succession plan in place for DeMarcus Lawrence. Let's just keep it a buck there. You can argue running back, but you can maybe get running back later, depending on who's on the board. If it's Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson, you can make the argument to make a pick there, depending on if that's it. Tight end's also on the table, too. But realistically, if there is a need for the Dallas Cowboys, it's most likely on the offensive line because they haven't touched it, or even an edge rusher. Those are really the top two needs. So if that's the case, I'm just going to put my official prediction in. It's either going to be Will McDonald IV or maybe, just maybe, Steve Avila, the guard from TCU. You could even throw Darnell Wright in if he makes it, but I don't know. If he makes it, you got to take him. But those are my two official picks. Steve Avila if they go guard, or if they go towards that defensive side, Will McDonald the fourth. Both of which would be fantastic for the Cowboys and what they're trying to do. Because again, if you were trying to do something to win now, the Cowboys might look to trade up and be like, okay, here is our window. Let's go get, I don't know, throw a tight end, or maybe they trade up to get a running back. I don't know, or they take a running back. That would signal to me what the Cowboys are planning here. You got to understand that if the Cowboys are truly trying to hit a home run and go all in for 2023, they will reflect that pick this year. And that's something that I'm not worried about at the end of the day. I think that the Dallas Cowboys will do their part, and I'm not going to worry about it. So if you want to have an organic reaction to the draft, just follow with what I'm doing, staying off of Twitter for the next couple days until the Dallas Cowboys pick at 26. Then on top of that, just be aware of what videos to watch during this process as we lead up to the draft. And also just, if you're going to stay on Twitter, just ignore names like Michael Gehlken and such. And the reason I say that is because odds are they're plugged in and they're going to tell you, hey, the Cowboys are looking at this player if they're there. And then they end up being there, and then they get taken. It's like, oh, well, I already got told what the pick was basically going to be. So stay off of social media. And I would also recommend you tune in if you want to have a draft party, a organic draft party at that, and have some fun with it. Join me and Pick Six Sports and the gang over there, and we're going to be reacting to this entire draft process and see what the Cowboys do ultimately at 26. Because with the work they've done over there, they've done fantastic stuff. And we did this last year. We had a reaction to the draft, and I believe we did it in 2021 as well when the Cowboys took Micah Parsons. So with that being said, I hope that the streak continues and they get another good player. And not a player that I want, but a player that they think is going to work for them. So there's that. So please make sure to set your reminders, as I'll put the scheduled stream up about like 24 hours before the draft begins, and we're gonna have some fun, man. I don't care how many people tune in, because I know everyone else is gonna go live, and usually I'm not a fan of going live because it seems like a big ass competition. But you know what, let's have some fucking fun. You know what I mean? So please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. And down in the comment section below, tell me what you want the Cowboys to do at 26. Do you want the Dallas Cowboys to go with one position? Do you want them to trade down? Do you want to trade up for a player? Please let me know what player you want for them to go after, and we're going to have some fun tomorrow, guys. So please make sure to tune in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.